I saw a girl last night. She was standing in the light.
Okay, so this palette was scheduled to come out, or is said to be the palette for spring 2015. The reviews that I've seen of it so far are pretty mixed. So the palette was $49. I picked it up from Sephora with my $25 off coupon and got a couple of other things to offset that difference, that whole dollar difference. But anyway, from top to bottom, I'll show you if you can't see. The first is licorice, that's a matte black. Next is coconut cream, nougat, truffle, and hot fudge on the top row. The second is cocoa chili, pink sugar, pudding, blueberry swirl, peanut butter, and frosting. The last row is plum raisin, mousse, caramel, bonbon, and butter pecan. Let me go ahead and swatch these for you. Okay, so this is the first row, and I know I usually swatch it for you guys on film, but I just want to go ahead and go over the colors with you and explain kind of the struggles and the ease of each one. So the first color is licorice. It's a matte black. It actually paid off very easily. It took a couple of swipes, but it's very smooth. It's not chalky at all. The second one is coconut cream. It's a matte vanilla color. Looks like it's going to take a little bit of work, but that might be okay. In some cases, a vanilla color can come off very white. So on me, I like the fact that it looks more of a neutral color. The next one is nougat. It took a little zhuzhing. You can hardly see it actually on the camera, even when I get close. And that's really kind of what it looks like. I actually purposely did not use a primer. I want to see how these really pay off, given that some of the reviews were so mixed. So that one takes a little bit of packing, I can tell. That's about 3 swipes. Still very smooth. They're all very smooth so far, not chalky, but the payoff just isn't that great. The next one is truffled. It's a nice soft brown. It looks like it'd be a great gradient color. Doesn't take too much work. The last one on the top row is hot fudge. It does look like it has a bit of shimmer on it in the palette, but it did not actually come off at all on my arm when I swatched it. I will say, however, that it takes a couple of swatches to get this to pay off the way that it does. Again, another gradient color, probably more effective. It's a brownish gray, which I'm not big on in-between colors like that. I kind of like it to be one way or the other, if you will. So with that said, that is the top row. Okay, now on to the second row. So from left to right again, we have cocoa chili. This is actually a shimmery brown. It's actually really gorgeous. It's nice and smooth. It's not too aggressive. You can see a bit of the shimmer in that. I really like this color. The next one is pink sugar. It is an extremely sheer pink. It's a frosty pink. It's got a lot of pearl in it, but that's basically all you see. I did a lot of kind of digging in this color, and while there was a lot of fallout from the color, it didn't give any pigmentation at all for me. Not quite sure if I could just maybe use this as a pop color. I've heard, and probably it's true, that you can use this maybe wet. I just don't like always wetting my shadows. It does some damage to them, so you really have to take care of it if you do want to use this wet. The third one is pudding. It's actually more of a grayish brown, and honestly, as different as it looks from hot fudge, it paid off pretty much the same on me. The next color is blueberry swirl. This blue was a disappointment. It's pretty, but it took some digging. I can't tell you exactly what I would do with it. I was hoping that it would be more pigmented so that it'd be a beautiful maybe lid color for a blue smoky eye, but it's going to take a lot of work with that one. They're all so smooth. I'm surprised that they don't pay off a bit better than they are. Peanut butter is a gorgeous color. It's a lot like bamboo. Looks very much like, like bamboo. Like I said, if you're familiar with Max Bamboo or Kids, the old Samoa, those types of things. And it paid off very well. I'm surprised. The next one and the last one on the second row is actually frosting. And it's really a pretty kind of, it came off almost like a coppery gold. Surprisingly, it looks so brown in the palette. It didn't come off that way on my skin at all. So that is the second row, my friends. Now for the final row, guys. So from left to right, we have rum raisin. It actually comes off in the pan let's see, it looks a lot like, I hate to always do this to you guys. I know I always equate these to matte colors, but it has the largest array of colors for me to equate things to, and most people are more familiar with them than anything. So on the very far left, this is called Rum Raisin. It is a taupey, frosty color. Takes a lot to get it to pay off, but it's pretty. It actually is, again, a lot of these are very good gradient colors. I'm not finding anything that's so striking that I'm going, yes, that's my lid color kind of thing. The next one is Mousse. It's again a nice taupey brown. It's a light brown, another gradient color. Like I said, gosh, this is kind of getting very redundant. Now the third color I'll say, I like this one. Caramel is gorgeous. That I could say, yep, that's a good lid color. Takes a little bit of packing, but not too much, maybe a couple swipes and you've got a good lid color on you. Again, just a reminder, this is not over any type of primer or paint pot, so I just wanted to give you guys a true and fair payoff on these colors. The next one is Bonbon. It's right here. It's a beautiful rose gold color. Again, doesn't take a lot of pigmentation, or I'm sorry, it doesn't take a lot of swatching to get that pigmentation. Very smooth, nice volux color. And the final one on the end is Butter Pecan. If you wanted to choose between this one and Coconut Cream on the top row, I would say that was going to be your best bet if you wanted it to be your lid color and not a very sheer highlight color. It's a nice matte, true color, and there's a lot of it to use. With that said, let me give you my final thoughts on the Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar Palette. Okay guys, so these are my thoughts. Kind of the same reasoning why I didn't buy the first Too Faced palette, maybe the same reason why a lot of people are not in love with this palette. Well, a couple of different things. I will also mention, as I did not say in the beginning, it claims on the box that it has a bit of a cocoa aroma to it, and I'm sure if you have some other Too Faced products like the bronzers, I do have those and I love them, you will smell a bit of that chocolate, that cocoa in there, so that's pretty cool. Now I'll show you the inside. It does have a mirror, which I've got covered so that I'm not showing I look a mess. And here's the palette on the inside, of course. The pricing is not too bad. I mean, you've got 3 rows for $49 essentially, so that's not a bad deal, especially if you're a Too Faced fan. This is something great. I apologize for the noise. That's my favorite dog, Jack, in the background. I'm not sure what it is that he needs. But especially if you're a Too Faced fan, this is probably going to be great for you. However, you saw, the pigmentation is a little bit iffy. I say you're going to absolutely have to use this over some type of primer to get the payoff that you're looking for, with the exception of, say, licorice, caramel. Bonbon is amazing. Truffled is really cool. Peanut butter was actually really great. Butter pecan is pretty wonderful as well. But the other colors are absolutely going to be needing some type of zhuzhing or primer, shadow stick, or something to solidify the outcome that you might be looking for with them. With that said, I don't think it's a bad buy. I wouldn't necessarily sleep on the palette, but because it does have some additional colors. But if you've already got the first one, the chocolate bar, the original chocolate bar, I think you're pretty much good to go. Too Faced had some other really great palettes for the holidays, so if you got a chance to get any of those, you're probably in good shape as well. I personally didn't pick up those because as an artist, I just don't carry those types of things, and it gets a little costly to keep that type of stuff around and not use it. I hope that you find that this is helpful. Please let me know your thoughts if you did pick this up. I'd love to hear from you. I've missed you guys tremendously, and I hope that I can get back on the ball with these reviews and my tutorials, of course. I haven't decided if I'm going to do a tutorial with this or not. I will keep you posted. Right now I have to walk my dog, so I will talk to you guys on the flip side. Thanks so much for watching. Happy New Year. Bye.